I just want to briefly go over how to determine based on a graph if something's a function or not. So the definition of a function is that for every input you have exactly one output. For that reason, we use something called the vertical line test. The reason we use a vertical line is because that vertical line is representing one of the x values, so one input. So what the vertical line test tells me is if I can draw a line anywhere on the graph representing my one, or vertical line, I should say, anywhere on the graph representing my one input, I should only touch the graph once, because where we're touching represents the outputs. So notice on this graph, I'm touching the graph twice. Since I'm graphing it twice, that tells me it's actually not a function. Because this is showing that there will be two outputs for one single input. Now, I could do the same thing with this graph. However, you'll notice no matter where I draw this graph, or this vertical line on this graph, I'm only going to be touching the actual function or the actual curve once. So right here, I'm only touching it once. Even if I move over here, I'm still just touching it once, and so on. So for that reason, since I'm always touching it just a single time, that tells us this graph is a function. Last but not least, notice on this one, if I just drop one down right there, automatically we can tell it's not a function because it's touching the actual circle twice in that one section, meaning there are going to be two outputs for that specific input. So that's how you determine if something's a function or not.